I'm just thinking this scenario in my head. Like if I ask a guy, can you buy me Chanel bag? If he say, no lah, I got no money. What I turn on say, I think you have lah. If he say, no, I have no money.
Okay, Steady Pom PP describes this guy, and his Angmo friends confirm don't know.
What's steady pom PP?
Yeah, they'll be like, what's Steady Pom PP?
What's a pom PP?
Then when he explains it, it means like, I'm very steady. Then why did you have to add the pom PP at the back? Or
I
something?
understand if you have to you had to code switch, right, to be understood in America. But you come back here, why is the American accent still there? I just feel like they don't like the Singaporean accent, so they're like, I got study, I got American accent already.
Hi everyone, I'm Annette. Welcome to Real Blue Zone. Today we're going to be talking about something that all Singaporeans have an opinion on, and it's none other than Singlish. So is it lazy English or is it worn as a badge of identity? And today, to discuss this topic with me is none other than Dewy Chu.
Minister of Language.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, yeah, what do you think, Dewy?
I love Singlish.
Oh, I was about to ask you the question. I guess you read my mind.
I love Singlish.
Yeah.
Do you like Singlish?
I love Singlish too. Yeah, so I was
Right.
about to ask, like, do you love it or do you hate it? But yeah, I love it. Have you seen those TikToks, where people are like, trying to find my piece overseas, and then I hear this, then it's like the in Singaporean accent in the background, like Chen Chen or something.
Like someone saying like Lila Lau in the background.
No, it's literally they use Chen
Chen
Chen.
Chen's voice over.
Yeah, it's a trend. It's a trending audio.
Oh, I know about Chen Chen's audio, but I didn't know they use it in that context.
No, let me show you.
Go to hell lah, this person. Bastard, You ask for a plastic bag, you must put the thing inside the plastic bag for me, right? She never. She just put a plastic bag, throw the plastic bag on the table.
What do you think of that?
Personally, right, Singlish itself is quite standard. It's those few kind of coined phrases, right? But I think the Singaporean accent in general which is a separate thing from Singlish. The Singaporean accent is not a monolith. So you're just hearing this, right? Not all Singaporeans sound like that. You don't sound like that. I don't sound like
Oh,
that.
really? I thought I sound like that. I mean, not so much like Chen Chen, but I do have a very strong Singaporean accent.
I do have quite a strong Singaporean accent as well. I feel
Yeah, if I hear your voice overseas,
tell
I'll be
it's
like,
a
Singaporean.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can tell they're Singaporean, but it's all slightly a bit different.
Correct.
Don't you think so? Yeah.
Yes.
But then I think when people play the Chen Chen audio, I feel very sad because I feel like they use it to actually make fun of the Singaporean accent. Like that
Yes.
TikTok trend is used to make fun of Singaporean accent.
Yeah.
But first of all, not all of us sound like that. Second of all, you shouldn't make fun of someone just because of their accent. Why should you ever make fun of anyone because of how they sound?
And it's worse when they're Singaporean and they have the exact same accent, right? And they're making fun of their accent.
Yeah, so why are you hating on your own accent?
To be honest, I feel safe every time I hear a Singaporean accent. In fact,
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, Singaporean. Then they'll be like, oh, hello. Then I ask them what they're doing here. Because every time I'm in a foreign country, right, sometimes I see foreigners like, I mean, I'm out of the country lah. But every time I hear, wow, lah. Oh, okay, sorry. Last time I heard like someone say like the F word, but in a very like Singaporean tone, right? I turned back and I was like, hey. Then he was like, hey, Singaporean. And then it's just like that sense of like home overseas, Or like when I went to Japan recently, I went to Greenleaf Niseko village to ski, right? It's like very quaint, like all the way deep in Japan, right? The whole lobby was full of Malaysians and Singaporeans. I was like, I love this resort. This is my resort. Because, yeah.
It just feels like home, is it?
Correct.
Yeah, so I do also feel that there's something about the accent that makes me feel like, yeah, I like that we are unique that way. But I feel that for many Singaporeans, they don't like it. And that's how audio like this can trend, because the person who's posting it is mocking the accent. And then meanwhile, the people who comment are all the same community of people who are like, yeah, Singaporean accent is so annoying.
Unsexy or whatever.
Yeah. So it's kind of sad. Okay, but today I feel we're talking specifically about Singlish,
yeah.
which is kind of separate from the Singaporean accent. But it does overlap a bit here and there because you can't speak Singlish without the Singaporean accent.
Can what? Angmo got welcome lah.
Yeah, so you see, it just doesn't hit the same way.
I mean, you can still speak Singlish.
Or they will try to say like can lah, then they'll can lah, and it's like, no, it doesn't hit. You have to say it. So Singlish are these coined words, but it has to work only with the Singaporean accent. Then it can truly be real.
I realized that Singlish is just Chinese, right? Directly translated to English.
some words, no, but there are some words that are also there's from Malay, from
it's like
Tamil.
rojak lor.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
is just mixed together, which is great. Yeah, and then
You
there's like some
want eat
Hokkien,
what?
there's
你
like,
要吃什么?
yeah. Because this is quite a fun topic, right? I actually asked some of my followers on Instagram the other day what are their favorite Singlish words, and we're gonna check them out. Okay, the first one is A. Can be used in many different situations and people understand. Some people think A is rude though. Do you think A is rude?
If you use it to call someone, yes. Yeah, if you're like, hey, you like that, and
No,
if
but some
we're
people
not
don't
close,
think it's rude. Yeah, if you're if you're close, then you don't think it's rude lah.
correct. Yeah, if like in the work situation, you wouldn't
Yeah,
call
it's
someone
true, it's
that,
true.
like a client, hey, I ask you, you know, you will never talk to them like that. So A is a very like casual
Amongst close
term
friends.
for close friends. Yeah. Or like when you're scolding, then you, hey, hello. you
Oh yeah,
know?
that's a very good
Yeah.
usage. Let's say in like an American would be like, hey. But then
Ah.
hey kind of has a bit of friendliness to it sometimes, you know, because
Correct,
like hey. So when you
Yes.
want to scold somebody, it's like, hey, don't do that. It's hey, don't do that. You see? Fiercer already, right?
Yeah. Actually, you
Yeah,
remove
use
the
A.
H, right? And
Yeah.
you put it at the back. Got the power.
Yeah.
I think it uses more of your chest voice, like, hey, instead of, hey, see?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need a vocal coach to
Yeah. Because
validate this.
the letter H like kind of airifies it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A, perfect to use, especially when you're scolding people. Okay,
Right.
next one says steady pom pee because it describes me and my Angmoh friends. Confirm don't know one. Okay, steady pom pee describes this guy and his Angmoh friends confirm don't know. He is a white guy who left this comment, so I guess he likes to use it amongst his white friends and they don't know what it means.
But do people still use steady pom pee?
Nobody.
It's like an
But
outdated
he looks
Singlish
like
term.
a older white guy.
I
So
need to update his Singlish dictionary.
yeah, maybe. But I think maybe if he's hanging around with fellow like middle-aged guys, they might still use steady pom pee.
In their white accent. What's steady pom pee?
Yeah, they'll be like, what's steady pom pee?
What's a pom pee?
Then when he explains it, it means like, I'm very steady.
Yeah.
Then why did you have to add the
The
pom pee at the back?
It's like the gas for how steady you are, like a car. And then the pom pee is like,
But you see, that's why I think over time Singlish evolved to not really use this, right? Because Singlish is all about efficiency.
yes.
And when you add these extra syllables, I guess it was in that period of time, it was more of like a catchphrase that sounded cool. But then as it evolved for efficiency, they just dropped
PPP.
the pom pee part because
Yeah.
they still say steady lah. People still say
Yeah,
steady.
yeah.
So I think maybe that was the era of Singlish where they will 加料 and kind of make it into a cool phrase like steady pom
Correct,
pee,
correct.
stylo Milo. But now we just kind of have made it a lot more efficient. So it's like, it's just you're steady or not steady. And we don't use stylo anymore because we've got the Western influences. Shortening stylo Milo to stylo, we just say slay or something like that.
yeah. We use one word all the time, slay.
Yeah. So you
Mother.
see,
So
I guess
mother.
we let the Western influences come into Singlish because a lot of it is quite efficient. Like slay is better than stylo Milo. Someone else says sibe. That's their favorite
Oh.
Singlish word because it's the level of very that just works perfectly. I see. Because sometimes when you just say
I'm very tired compared to sibei tired, sia.
yeah, wow.
I feel
you
it. eh.
feel the exhaustion. It's
I
true. It's
help that
true.
friend out. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's something about Hokkien also. Yeah.
Right. Oh my god, I love Hokkien, especially when they use it in
I
like
love
movies, right? I love.
Do you
for
speak-
some
do you
reason,
speak Hokkien?
I don't, but I understand it because my
okay,
dad
okay.
speaks Hokkien. Yeah, but for some reason, like I can just feel the emotions
It's
way
true,
more.
it's true. So I grew
Yeah.
up speaking Hokkien with my grandma.
Oh, you can speak.
What you But the thing is that I haven't spoken it in a very long time, so I'm a bit like
Rusty.
already.
Okay,
yeah. So I
okay.
grew up my whole life, right? Speaking fluent Hokkien, not knowing a single vulgarity. And then meanwhile, then I start going to school and everything. All the Hokkien all the kids know are like just
Vulgarities.
vulgarities, but they can't speak fluent Hokkien at all. So I'm like, that's that mismatch. Okay, someone else says, can. It encompasses many things and is very efficient. Actually, that's true. That's actually my personal
Favorite.
yeah, Singlish word also. Because it can be used very efficiently and in many situations. And nowadays it's becoming even acceptable in corporate speak, especially in the Singapore environment.
That is true.
Yeah.
Now my clients reply me like can when they approve like our work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you you ask, let's say, your colleague or whatever, can you move this graphic to the side and blah, blah, blah. Then you just reply can. And it can sound professional for some reason. I don't know why.
Correct. It's like our new okay. And then you
Yeah.
add this emoji.
Then there's also the different variations. Yeah,
Yeah,
can is
yeah.
can, but then they'll give you a caveat or like.
The reassuring can. Can one.
Yeah.
I loved hearing that.
Okay, someone says no lah. It's a simple one, but it lets us clearly disagree with someone without putting them down. I get the energy behind this because sometimes when you just add the la, it feels a lot more
Softens it.
colloquial rather than just no.
Yeah, it's a bit more casual
It
and
is,
not
it is.
so formal. I think to us, a lot of Singaporeans, right, when we speak formal English, we all feel a bit more formal. I'm just thinking this scenario in my head. Like if I ask a guy, can you buy me Chanel bag? If he say, no lah, I got no money, I'll be like, hey, actually maybe he low-key got money but he want to save. But if he say, no, I have no money, then I'll be like, oh my god, he really got no money.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the intensity is different.
So yeah, if a guy wants to reject you when you
No
ask him
lah,
for
I
something.
got no money. Well, I turn on say, hey, I think you have lah. When you say, no, I have no money.
No, or if he straight up just says no, or it's just like no lah, next time.
Yeah.
Then you think, oh,
Okay,
time.
maybe not right now.
no, next time. It feels like
Never.
he's making it up. Yeah, it's that next time is a lie. Yeah, he's
Feels
just
like he's cheating on me. Oh my god. Hey, you don't love me anymore eh.
Walao can be used in positive and negative contexts. It's a very flexible word. It's true. I used to use walao, but nowadays I don't really use it that much. Do you use it
I
much?
don't use it also. I feel like it's becoming irrelevant also.
Walao does give me nostalgia though, because there was a time where I used
I
it.
remember my mother punished me because I say walao wait. Yeah, my mother was like, you cannot say that very too, like very rough for a girl. I was a kid. Then I go and send my friend walao wait on my Sonic Ericsson phone. Then my mother make me like kneel down in front of my altar and pray for me like an hour.
Just for saying walao.
Yeah.
Walao is not really bad.
Apparently it was a bad word. So I a bit traumatized to say walao for a period of time.
Dang. Let's go ahead and answer some fun questions. Let's go. How would you explain Singlish to someone who isn't Singaporean? Ooh.
I would say it's our slang.
English that has had influences from the other languages that are spoken in Singapore to make English even more efficient.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's to make English even more efficient and also to express certain phrases and emotions that cannot be expressed in English. Some people think that, it's taking English and bastardizing it, but I feel it's taking English and actually making it better.
Making it flavorful.
Yeah, making it
our
flavorful
own.
in expressing ourselves.
Yeah, Singaporeans already don't have our own language, we don't really have much cultural. I don't know, I feel like Singaporean are very cultural. So when people say like, oh, Singlish is bad, I'm like, no, this is what makes us us. This is what makes us
Exactly.
uniquely Singaporean. We're not gonna lose it.
I know. I don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna ever lose it also. And I also do not think that we should.
What does Singlish mean to me? A necessary requirement for when I date.
Oh, really?
I used to be like, oh my god, I want like white men because I watch Netflix and like, Disney Channel. After I realized I needed someone to relate with, right? I realized I can only date Singaporean men because I want someone to like when I'm ranting and I'll just go off and become like super lian, right? And I'm saying all my Singlish slang. Imagine if my boyfriend was like white or like Thai, and they'd be like, huh? What are you talking about?
You will probably have to start speaking properly if that was the case. But you cannot bring yourself to do that.
I don't
right?
want, but that's who I
It's true,
am.
it's
I
true.
love being
Yeah.
Singaporean.
Yeah, I love being Singaporean too. Okay, I
Right.
think what Singlish means to me, honestly, yeah, like you said, it's really a culture. Like, I'm proud of my country. I'm proud of
Who I am.
like grown up here, and like it just reminds me of my identity. And you know how I think it was almost in 2000 or something like that, right? There was this ban of Singlish on TV.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so against it. And I know people, in the entertainment industry, we talk about it, about how like we feel it's such a bad idea. The reason why they banned it, right, was because Phua Chu Kang had a lot of Singlish phrases, and then kids would go to school and they would start to don't play lah, or like say all these very Singlish sounding things, and then some Karens wrote in to the authorities and they were like, having Singlish on TV is destroying the standard of English amongst our children. But like Singaporeans, we know how to code switch, you know what I mean? I'm not about to
Yeah.
like, don't play in a corporate setting where
True,
there's
true.
international people.
Yeah, we're all educated. Like,
Yeah.
during English oral, I don't speak Singlish during my English oral, and I
Yeah.
still pass A2.
Then suddenly on TV stations, they were no longer really allowed to use Singlish. They will say, yeah, you can use a little bit here and there. But then largely it was like on Channel 5 they speak very proper English, then on Channel 8 they speak very proper Chinese. I mean, did it stop us from speaking Singlish entirely? Did we
Yeah.
move our entire society to not speaking Singlish? No. All it did was make people stop watching TV. It's like last time people would speak a bit of Singlish and then they would at least still watch TV. Now we're still speaking Singlish and now we just don't watch TV.
Oh, yeah, I remember watching Channel 5, that's the English channel, right, as a kid. And I was like, why don't they speak like me? Yeah, as a
Right.
kid. Because so I couldn't relate with them. Because when I watch like Disney Channel, it's like American TV, right? So they speak like themselves. So I can connect with them. But then when I look at Singaporeans trying to speak in a very like Western way, right? I find it hard to connect with them because like you look like me, but you're not speaking like me.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch Channel 5 as a kid, even though I tried to actually.
But a decade before that,
yeah.
it was like Phua Chu Kang and everything, they all sounded like Singaporeans.
Yeah, and I feel like especially if it's a Singaporean character, you know, there's a time and place for proper English. Like for example, news, like the news anchor. Of course, I want them to speak proper English. If not, I can't understand what they're trying to tell me.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
happening
It's
in
true,
the
there's a time and place, yeah.
Donald Trump give the tariffs, yeah, cannot what, right? But then if it's a show and we are portraying like Singaporean local characters, right? Please allow them to speak Singlish. You know.
No, and that's why you see it's like a range. You don't need everybody to be talking like full, incomprehensible Singlish. Like, there'll be moments where I'm more Singlish, there'll be moments where I speak a bit properly. And there are some people who are very Singaporean and they still sound very proper and then they just break into a bit of Singlish here and there.
Yeah,
and then some people
yeah.
who use a lot of Singlish. So you can show that variety also. I'm not asking you to just make every single character
A Singlish person.
super
yeah.
Singlish.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to code switch between Singlish and standard English? When and why? Exactly. Okay, I feel this question almost every Singaporean would have had to code switch. At least every Singaporean who works or has done a school presentation.
Yeah. And I think I usually code switch to be understood when I'm overseas.
Same
as
that
well. Like when I
also.
speak to foreigners, like I have to really enunciate my words. Because with you, when I don't have to enunciate so hard for you to understand me. And fun fact, I think Singaporeans, we speak very fast.
Oh, we do
but
speak very
so I always
fast.
have to slow down to like 0.5 speed, right? When I talk to them, then they understand me.
Yeah. I used to think, why is it that we speak so fast? And I realized it's also
Efficiency?
partially, number one, efficiency. And number two, right, is because a lot of words came from like Hokkien and Chinese, a lot of phrases and words. Yeah. As much as, we also have the influences from the different cultures. But I think like at least like 50% is from like the Chinese side. And generally a lot of these Asian languages, they speak very fast. I don't know what is it about Asian, like,
True.
as in like Chinese, like the Asian languages that are more like Chinese, like the character.
Yeah, it's like a
Ish.
sound only.
Yeah.
Like,
Because we will just combine it together. It's like Japanese sounds so fast because it's like all very single words. And they have to speak it fast because they have like these really long words. Like when you want to say bye in English, it's like sayonara. Like it's four, you have to say it fast. If not, you like...
Okay.
You know, if you want to say goodbye to your friend before they get on the train, by the time you sayonara, then the train door closed already. Yeah,
Correct,
rather than
correct.
bye. So I feel it's a bit something about like the Asian languages with characters. They speak very fast. Like Koreans also speak very fast. Yeah, so Chinese people speak very fast. I think also maybe another situation in which we might code switch, at least Singaporeans. You think because sometimes, you know, you watch stuff that you've seen online, like a meme or something. You watch a lot of TikTok and then they speak a certain way. Like there's a certain way, there's a certain like American accent sometimes when it comes to throwing some slang like slay.
Yeah.
You can't really do it in a very,
Singaporean way.
yeah.
True. I mean, yeah, actually someone told me before that they can't pinpoint what's my accent, especially when in my videos. Because I'm like doing so many
You swap
things. I'm very
around, right?
like
Yeah, sometimes I swap around. also.
expressive. So then like my accent is all over the place, right? But I've never been shamed for having an a Singaporean accent before, by the way, by my American audience. Like they
Yeah.
always say, oh, why do you sound like that? You sound a bit African. That's kind of sexy.
Yeah,
Because I think apparently the Singaporean accent sounds a lot
Nigerian
like
or something.
Yeah, yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I heard about that.
But I don't know. Okay, low key, I have this pet peeve. I don't know if you have it, but you know, sometimes when I see people that like go overseas to study for like 3 months or like 6 months, and then they come back
With a
full-fledged American accent.
accent or
I
something.
understand if you have to you had to code switch, right, to be understood in America, but you come back here. Why is the American accent still there? You know, I need to
you
understand.
should be able
yeah.
to code switch there and code switch back.
Correct. Why you cannot switch back there? You know? And then I also don't like it because like you see foreigners that come into Singapore, right? They still retain their accent. So why is it that you can't retain your Singaporean accent? I just feel like they don't like their Singaporean accent. So they're like, I go study, I got American accent already. Do you think Gen Z and Gen Alphas are bringing Singlish back or is it fading away?
I don't know. Actually, maybe why don't you tell me? Because I feel like you're closer to like even Gen Alpha. Do you think, especially when they pick up these internet slang terms, like we say like slay or I don't know, it's serving. Like you see, you got to say it with this accent kind of thing. Like, do they combine it into Singlish at all at any point in time?
Yes, I think just now I mentioned that like now we take a lot of inspiration from like American slangs, like all the bussin, Ohioese, whatever, and then when we inject it into our daily speech, right, the Singlish will just naturally come into it as well. Because Singlish, at the end of the day, it was rojak, you know, it was all the other languages. Now we add the American language in, so you just one more to the mix. So it's the Gen Z edition.
So,
yeah.
so do people say like, wow,
Serving yeah,
really?
you didn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just
I've never actually heard anyone say that. Cause I even when I use it, because I see it from immediately lifted from like Gen Z lingo. But now I think about it, it makes sense that they will combine
just
it.
use
You
it.
them mothers, yeah.
Yeah, or like sometimes when I comment, like I want to tell my friends that she's pretty on her Instagram, I'll be like, slay lah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Damn slay, yeah.
Do you think it's our responsibility to keep this language alive? I don't think it's a responsibility thing. I feel like it's natural to us. We grew up speaking like that. And why will you suddenly change yourself unless you're not proud of who you are?
I think it's our responsibility not to be ashamed of the way we speak. Because you speak the way you do because of where you grew up in. And Singapore's not a bad place to grow up in. You shouldn't be ashamed of being Singaporean. And like, sometimes I am afraid that like, I've thought about it before. Like, will we get so, I guess, westernized to the point where we lose sight of our like Singaporean roots, right? But I feel like no. Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And I wouldn't ever want that to happen.
In fact, I think amongst the Gen Z right now, because, you know, over time as Singapore develops, less and less people speak Mandarin, right? But I think it's becoming slightly cool again, like being able to speak Mandarin. Do you think
Bilingual.
so? Right?
Yeah,
I think being
yeah.
bilingual is like starting to become a bit more cool again for some reason. I think that's great because that's very core, very Singaporean at its core, like being bilingual. Again, I don't think it's our responsibility, but going back again to that ban on Singlish in media, I do think that it is the state's responsibility.
Well, you really feel very strongly
I feel
about
damn
that.
strongly about this.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
Okay.
Like, not to erase our culture from the way it's being represented on our screens.
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to see that ban being reversed someday. Hopefully in my lifetime.
I think we want to. I feel like the pendulum is swinging backwards already.
You think so?
Yeah, we're moving back to our roots. Like even now, last time I used to be like, I want to speak good English. I want to be able to like read and write good English, right? That was what I felt like I should be proud of. But then now, as an adult, right, I feel like I'm shifting towards, damn, I wish I was good at my mother tongue. I wish I could speak like fluent
Exactly.
Mandarin, you know? Because that's who I am. Like, it's so, low-key, sometimes I feel very embarrassed when I go overseas and I meet like people of all countries, right? And they can speak their mother tongue so well. But then, when they ask me, oh, what's your mother tongue? Can you speak a little bit of Mandarin from me? Like, my Mandarin is so terrible compared to like maybe someone from China. You know, they speak so fluently, and I'm like, God damn. And they speak fluent English as well, and then I can't even speak my mother tongue well. So honestly, actually, next time when I have a kid, right, I'll ensure that he can speak his mother tongue well. Can the growing presence of Singlish in popular media change its status from a local dialect to something more globally recognized? That's my mission on Instagram, because sometimes I see my audience is from America. So actually I had this dilemma because some of my friends in media, they were I was like, hey, actually you don't speak like how you do in your videos, because they have a very like strong Western accent. Whereas in Singapore, in like real life, they speak like any other Singaporean. They use little lah.
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I thought you spoke like that in real life. Then they say, no, I feel like I have to code switch so that I can reach an international audience. And I thought about that. And then the moment I got an international audience on my Instagram, right, somewhere around last year, I started seeing my stats. I was like, oh my God, should I start to code switch so that people can still watch my videos? But I was like, nah. They should have left me for who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, but to help my international viewers, I put subtitles lah.
Yeah.
And for any like Singlish term, I'll put translations for them. But I just wish that like we can put Singlish out there and let the world see it, because honestly, right, I've never seen a single hate comment on the way I speak before. Yeah, from anyone from America, from like India. I have some Indian viewers. They never
I
help
think
me.
sometimes some people do ask like what is your accent? Yeah, but it's like I see it as out of curiosity. And I also feel that there is no need to try and overly change the way you speak, because sometimes when you lean into something a bit more local, there's more intrigue. Like, oh, where is this from? So, for instance, like Parasite, the Bong Joon-ho movie,
Yes.
fully in Korean,
Yeah.
it was globally recognized
Yes.
and won an Oscar. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, if you use this same thought process, then by right, Bong Joon-ho will be like, if I want to win an Oscar, I should have all the characters speak American English or some kind of proper English. If not, there's no way in hell I'll ever get an Oscar. But no, he just went straight for his own cultural like roots and doubled down, and he won an Oscar. And I thought that was like
maybe Jack
very
Neo
cool.
win Oscar next. Or maybe you. Ooh.
All right, so that was actually a very interesting discussion about Singlish, our thoughts on it, and what you guys think about Singlish as well. Let us know, what do you think? Do you think that we should continue to work towards speaking proper English at all times? Or are you proud of your Singlish and think that you should hear more of it everywhere? I think I'll close this question actually. Why do you think there's something about Singlish that makes Singaporeans feel closer compared to standard English? I mean, I guess the standard, the easiest answer is just that we grew up speaking like that, and so of course we have that natural affinity for it. But do you think it's anything else? The way it sounds,
I think it's one thing that actually Singaporean made on our own. Because you know how people always say like, the country is Singapore, right? We have a lot of influences from like all our neighboring country. Even like our local dishes are not really a Singaporean dish, right? So I feel like Singlish is the one thing that we hold close to us culturally.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I feel like, you know, it's so part of our daily lives, and maybe also because, like you say, it's a mix of all these different people, different cultures, and the reason why it's even this way is because maybe Singapore is such a young country in just 50 years, right? So the younger generation went to school and we learned standard English, but then the older generations, they're still speaking Hokkien or even some other kind of dialect. And Singlish almost came as a way for us to bridge that gap also. Yeah, so you can speak to your hawker uncles and aunties using Singlish because you know exactly what they mean by you go there and lim kopi lah, like or the uncle there lim kopi, and they know what it means when you say do you want this, then you say can, that kind of thing. Like it's a simpler way of being able to understand English even when they are not English speakers, and it's an easier way for us to understand their dialects also even though they're not we're not dialect speakers. So I think that's that part of it that kind of connects even the different age groups and generations. So maybe that's that. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's episode. I think both of us agree that Singlish is such a huge part of our culture and our identity, and it shouldn't be ever completely removed, and we shouldn't be ashamed of it, right? Exactly, we shouldn't be ashamed of it. And hopefully it will continue to evolve throughout the different generations as well, and just be its own unique thing that makes us us. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Real Blue Zone.